All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Two Bar Connection with your host Jesse and.
James, what's happening, everybody?
All right, yeah, it's great. Okay, you got your little headphone. What was going on? What your headphone was fucking up there?
Dude, literally, as you press the record button, everything was counting down, and right as you were about to say welcome, I don't know, like, it didn't even give me the prompt that it had shut off. And then I just see you mouthing, and you're like, and I was like, hello, what the fuck? So, yeah, I don't know, maybe we ran out of battery because I plugged it in now, and it seems to be working.
Okay, bro. You gotta make sure you gotta keep that thing charged.
Dude, I do, but I guess I thought I had enough charge to get me through a session, but nah, whatever. It's too much.
Okay. Well, you couldn't even get through the intro.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like no, I didn't even finish the countdown on the recording.
You didn't finish the count before you even started.
Before we even started, I was like, oh my god. But yeah,
I was
we're
literally
good
just doing
now.
prep work for like 20 minutes. It's just lasted.
Yeah, prep for 20 minutes, and you know what? I'm actually glad. I'm glad it turned out that way. I'm glad.
Well, I mean, I had a story. I was gonna say, well, let's go, and then your shit messed up, and so.
Yeah, I know, and I was pissed. Apologies, everybody. Apologies. Technical difficulties, which seems to be the theme for the night. So
yeah, it's chilling. Well, we were actually starting a lot later than usual, like 2 hours before we usually, after actually, I'm sorry, 2 hours after we usually start, because work related stuff. Now I'm not gonna go into right now, but yeah, look, we're at episode 11. We're here for another exciting episode. We got some very interesting news here, just on the cusp of Gamescom, which, by the way, we are going to record an episode on Monday recapping Gamescom and talking about all the cool stuff that's revealed and anything that interests us. But that'll be for Monday. For today, we have quite a few stories actually from the land of the rising sun, Japan, concerning Nintendo, and a couple of some issues going on with Square Enix and their sales expectations of Final Fantasy 16. And of course, we got some news stories for the West as well. We got Overwatch getting absolutely panned on on Steam, which we'll go over that in a little bit. But we have some cool news too. Lords of the Fallen, it's shaped up to be really cool. Mm. There's a story on potentially a remake for Oblivion that I just heard about recently. But before we dive into all those exciting news, my man, how are you doing?
Doing good. I'm approaching the end of my semester now. Like, literally, I've made it over the hump. So now it's just easy assignments this week, then next week, and then I do my capstone, and then that's it. I'll be done, and I'll have my bachelor's, and I can do something else and move on with my life.
All right.
But
congratulations to you, man.
Thanks, man. It's been great. It's been a hard couple months.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I know. I won't get into it, but let's just say I'm happy that school is my worry right now, and I'm not even that worried. Like, I'm literally vibing.
Yeah, I know. That's great to hear.
Yeah, man.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate it. But what about you, my man?
Well, I've been on a little hiatus from work. Took a little bit of a break, kind of involuntary though, because of, like I mentioned last episode, I'm not really getting any classes from my language school, and Miami-Dade just started up, so I'm now back at Miami-Dade. Yesterday was my first day. Today has been my second day.
Cool.
They have already given me problems, which is why we're starting so late, but it's okay. That's all behind us. And what about any games, bro? You and I, we did kind of
game.
I did play some demos. I played some demos, man. But
actually, I saw you were playing demos, and I'm like, why isn't he playing Baldur's Gate?
You're not balding, bro.
Got a bald, man.
Why are you balling? Baldering.
Baldering. But dude, no, man, that's been the only game I've been playing, man. I've even forsaken fucking Trails.
I know, man. For something to take you away from that.
I know, dude. I've been playing my campaign. I was just playing with my friend Aislene. and her friends. And dude, like I was just telling you that usually parties like stick together. No, they each went in different directions, taking their own fights, fighting their own shit, and we haven't even gotten to like the main part of like I guess Act One. But damn.
Yeah, you somehow got to an Act 2 area before
Yeah, yeah.
finishing Act 1.
It's funny because they looked it up later and they're like, "Why can't I access this?" And then they look it up and they're like, "Yeah, it's because it's not accessible until Act 2." And they're like, "Oh, that's not fair. That's so stupid." So, yeah, I mean they did a spoiler-free lookup, but I thought it was funny. I was even like, "How the fuck did you get here? What route did you take?" And yeah, so it's just been a lot of that. Still loving Baldur's Gate. I'm only sad that we haven't been able to do our campaign with Manny.
I know, man. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
He stopped being sick, as far as I know, but he didn't show up the other day. So we just had to, you and I.
Yeah. Well, we started our tactician run.
It's definitely interesting.
Yes, dude. Fucking the enemies have new spells, and they hit harder, but they're also smarter. I forgot there was one part in the crypt. We did it in the early access, where we would just hole ourselves up in the crypt and just wait for them to come to us. But no, these AI were like, "Nah, fuck you. You come out to us. You come this way. You come. You come. So
Yeah, and I actually, so as soon as we finished, I actually went back and played the prologue to see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And so what it seems like the difference between tactician and normal is, so for tactician they have obviously new attacks like we saw, like the little walking brain shits. I forgot what they're called. Intellect devours, right? They do like a little like a mind blast shit in tactician,
Yes.
but they don't have that in normal. They just do melee attacks. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Enemies have 10% more health, it seems, because the devil guy, the sergeant devil that you fight, or
Yeah,
that
the
you're
commander
not supposed to
dude,
fight him, but you're supposed to run past. He has 10%. He has 150 on normal, and then I remember when we were doing tactician, it was 175. So 10% of 150 is, well, actually it's a little over 10%. It's like 15%, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have like anywhere between 10 to 15% more health. And then, of course, they're smarter too. Like when we were doing the prologue, one of the Cambions came into the room and just immediately threw a fireball at like a nearby tank and just blew up half the party. We were like, "What the fuck? Did you do that before?"
Yes, dude. I was impressed. I honestly, because usually with difficulty, it's just a damage increase and then a health increase. But no, it's both of that plus smarter AI. Also, now at least I didn't notice this in normal. Maybe you can like enlighten me on it. But enemies have resistance now. So the devil like was resistant to everything that we were doing. Piercing damage, slashing damage, bludgeoning damage, fire. Well, obviously fire because he's a devil. But I didn't
He might
notice
have got
the
new
resist-
ones. He might have got new ones.
Yeah.
So I think he was always resistant to fire, but I don't remember the other ones. And I should have
Yeah.
checked that 'cause I didn't check it. Because I was trying to get the sword, and it didn't take me. Actually, didn't take me as many runs. I was playing with a warlock. It didn't take me as many
okay.
runs.
Okay. Well, maybe the warlock like was able to bypass some of the resistances or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've been baldering or balding.
Baldwin.
I've been balding. I've been balding before baldering.
Yeah.
So.
I was balding before balding was cool.
But dude, I've been having a good time with the game, and now that I finally have so much free time, I can actually progress through the fucking story. And
Yeah, I know, man.
and-
How far are you now?
well, I just made it to the Underdark. I just met the Dwargers, the dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to choose
Okay.
whether to help them or help the Myconids.
Okay. All right. That sounds cool. I mean, it sounds like I think that might be Act 2 then.
Yeah,
It's
because I already dealt.
because you can go into the Underdark in Act 1 still.
Mhm.
Obviously it's gonna be a little harder because some of the enemies there are gonna be a
Yeah.
little bit tougher. Like, did you fight the spectator?
So interesting. I triggered the spectator the first time. I was dying, so I had to reload. Then I went back and snuck through,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't activate him.
Really? Wow.
Yes,
Oh.
dude, I thought that was so weird. I thought it was so weird. I was like, where the fuck is this guy? And sure enough, however, I did almost die to the digging shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
forgot what it's
that bast-
called.
Dude, that bastard knocked Shadowheart and Lae'zel off a cliff and into
Oh
the chasm.
no.
And I was like, reload, reload, reload. So yeah, but I managed to kill him. I was in the middle of fighting Minotaurs, and he came and interrupted our battle.
What the fuck? Okay, that didn't happen
Dude,
to me.
I went around like from the temple, and I like did kind of like a circle to where the Minotaurs are at,
Mm-hmm.
where they were coming from, and I was
Wait,
like,
which temple? The
The-
crate by the Krash or the
No, the Saloon.
the Salune temple? Okay, so where the goblins were.
Yeah, where the goblins were. They did kind of like a little like half circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I managed to find where the Minotaur is. And if I would have kept following the path, I would have been on the other side of the gates of the Selenite Temple, and I would have gotten fried by the microwave beam, whatever. The symmetric.
Okay.
The symmetric.
I actually came in from Joaquin's Rising.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go to Joaquin's Rising and you go to the back where the scared ox is, and then there's a storage house to the right. And there's going to be a Zentarum sentry there.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then-
know.
and you
I've been there. There's a
Yeah. Well, then. Oh yeah, that's right. You were there. There's
Yes.
a secret wall in the back of the hideout.
Yes. Yeah. Where there's an elevator that takes you down.
Hello. Oh.
Hello? Okay. Hello.
Yeah. No, you broke up there for a second.
Sorry. Maybe I was speaking too loud. But anyway, yeah. So it's behind the wall, and it's an elevator that takes you down into the Underdark, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I went the opposite way. I went from like into, and I found the elevator from the Underdark, and I was like, oh, I wonder where this leads to. And then, but it told me it wasn't working. So like, oh, all right, whatever, fuck it.
Oh, you have to fix it. There's like a winch there that you have to do a strength check on. I think
From up top or bottom?
from up top. If you went from top to
Oh.
bottom.
That's probably why I never bothered.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. You can check the controls. It's just I think it's a strength check.
All right. Well,
To
now I
fix 'em.
guess so. All right. I guess I'll go back and do it.
Yeah. So
But,
I actually did it technically I did it both ways because I remember in the when we were doing early access, we went through the temple first. I went through the temple, right? But
Yeah.
I remember the spectator, so I didn't want to trigger the spectator, so I just looted the area, found the waypoint, and then went back up.
Yeah.
And then I went to Joaquin's Rising, like, oh, I'll go to Joaquin's Rising. I haven't gone there yet. I think it was the last place I went to. And then I just discovered it there.
Oh shit! Nice, dude.
So I was like, oh shit, this goes here too? All right. And you know what? There's a third way.
There's a third way.
There's a third way. The hag, if you go underneath, like that area of all the poison shit,
Mm-hmm.
after you get past the guys with the masks,
Yeah.
if you look to if you're like, let's say like the camera's facing towards the wall you walk through initially, on the left side, I think, there's another illusionary wall there.
Ooh.
You walk there, and then there's like a fairy ring, and the fairy ring teleports you to the Underdark.
I have to go back. I want to find it.
Yeah, I'll have to show you, but yeah,
we'll-
there's a third way. So there's technically 3 ways to get to the Underdark.
That's incredible, dude. That's awesome. That man. Game of the year. I don't know.
You already declared it.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. Yeah. Oh, and I'm real sad I missed out on Carlac, but it's okay. I'll
Yeah, the one that got away.
the one that got away, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll get her during our tactician run.
Okay. Yeah. We've already made plans. Your big dick barbarian lady is gonna.
My freaking Lucy Lawless creation with
Fudanari
a penis.
barbarian,
Fudanari barbarian.
who you've already proudly displayed.
Hey, listen, he gets bonuses, or sorry, she gets bonuses from not wearing armor. So I'm just fitting into the lore of the character, okay? So,
So I see your thinly veiled fetishes.
shh, no. Oh my god. But yeah, but tell me some of the demos that you've been playing.
Actually, from what I remember, it's well, one of them was a demo that I played actually a while ago. But the thing is, they actually updated it. Interestingly enough,
Mm.
they actually updated it, like changed around a few things, and then they added a new level towards the end. And it's for a game called Coven. Coven. I think that's how you say
Coven?
it. Coven. Yeah, Coven. Like a witch coven.
Yeah. It's Coven then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Coven, right? Because so it's a pretty much a boomer shooter in the style of like '90s shooters, like Quake and stuff. Except you play as a witch, or a woman who was accused of being a witch, and she was killed.
Mm.
Like the intro is actually super cool. Like the start menu, it's just a bunch of people like staring at you. You're like, what the fuck? Like one of them's holding a torch, and then like you press start, and then one of them throws a torch at you, and then
Oh
you look down
shit.
and you see there's like a pyre, and the pyre starts burning up, and then you hear your character scream at the top of their lungs, and then it just fades to black.
Oh my god. Wow, that's holy crap.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then the opening is like kind of like blood. In blood, like you start off in your grave, and you have to dig your way out. So you do it like that. It's like, oh, this is how you melee. Okay, you melee your way out. All right, now here's your first weapon. Here's your axe and shield. All right, no, okay, now go kill shit. And then you go through the levels. Boomer shooter stuff, man. You go through, you kill enemies, find secrets, pick up items. Don't regenerate health. Keyword Call of Duty. But it has a really big emphasis on exploration and fast movement, killing a ton of enemies, collecting cool weapons and stuff. It's a really cool game. I enjoyed it. I played it back in last October, yeah, because it was called the Halloween demo in October, and now this time they
Oh.
updated to be called the summer demo.
Okay, cool. That does sound pretty nice actually. I'll probably have to check them out. Coven and Blood you said, right?
No. Blood was the game I was referencing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's a game from the '90s. It's very much it's like Blood, uh, Dusk, which is a newer game but in the style of a boomer shooter,
Mhm.
and kind of Hexen-ish because Hexen uses it's like sword and shield kind of stuff, and you do have like magic that you can use. I mean, there's still guns. Like you have like a flintlock pistol, you get a shotgun, you get a crossbow. It's a lot of cool weapons that you can use that aren't just magic.
Yeah.
And then the other game I was playing was a game called Beastie Ball. And
Beastie Ball?
yeah. So actually, you may not remember this, but we actually talked about it back in the E3 because it was during the Day of the Dev stream. And the pitch of the game is Pokemon meets volleyball.
It sounds familiar, but the only game I'm thinking of is the one where we talked about where it was Pokemon with guns.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's
that's
think
a different one?
I forgot what that's called. No, it's a different game. It's different.
Okay.
No,
So
that's Pokemon with guns. This is Pokemon with volleyball.
Okay, I don't remember this one, but remind me. What's
Okay,
the game about?
Yeah, so it's actually a really cute game. It's a little cute art style, but yeah, it's Pokemon with volleyball. It's 2v2 battles, except instead of beating up your opponents, you have to try and score the ball by hitting the court or by defeating the enemy. And every turn, like you do it like in Pokemon fashion, like you pick your attacks. Different attacks will spike the ball or it'll launch it towards the enemy in different ways. You can choose to block and stuff. And the goal of it is to obviously just score. You score once, you win, right? And then you go around the world. You catch new beastie balls. I'm sorry, beasties. They're just called beasties. You go around, you catch new beasties. You add them to your team. You fight wild beasties to grind up your current beasties. They get new abilities and stuff. They level up. They evolve. All the Pokemon stuff you'd expect, except it's just a volleyball game. It's a turn-based volleyball game.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool game. And actually, your save progress saves over. So if you are interested in the game, you can always pick it up, download the demo, and then if you would like it, you can just keep the demo on your computer until whenever the game comes out, which I think it'll come out either the end of this year or early next year. I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Damn, Pokemon with volleyballs. It's been a while since I played a Pokemon game. Well, not
I
really.
mean, it's been a while since they've been good, so because man, I played Sword and Shield. I remember like last year, and oh my god, the game was so boring.
Dude, yeah, and I think I told you that was my first Pokemon game since fucking Leaf Green.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
But there's Pokemon game between Leaf Green. Wow, you actually missed a lot. So between
Yeah,
Leaf Green
I
and
missed a
Sword and
lot.
Shield, there's a lot of good Pokemon games that you missed.
Yeah, well, because they were like for the 3DS and shit. I never had one, so
Or a regular DS. You never had a regular DS?
I had a regular DS, but it was the DS Lite.
Oh, but
I
you can
think
still play DS games. The DS is a DS.
yeah. But you can't play 3DS games on them, can you?
No. But like for example, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum were all in the DS, the regular DS, not the 3DS. That's the basic bitch vanilla DS.
Okay. Hey man, don't knock that. DS was cool. DS was the shit.
DS was the shit, but 3DS is. I mean, the 3DS is the DS, but 3D. You can play both.
Yeah,
of them. So, like you had Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, which Platinum's my favorite.
Platinum is your favorite?
Platinum's my favorite Pokemon game. Yeah, by far. And then they had Black and White, and then Black and White 2, no, I think that's it. And then the 3DS games was Sun and Moon and X and Y. That's right. Which X and Y is okay, but it's way too easy. Sun and Moon's pretty good.
Okay.
I like Sun and Moon.
I guess Black and White must have been pretty impressive if it warranted a sequel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing where it's like, I guess it's closer to like a true sequel because it actually does have a different story and stuff. Whereas, like Platinum and Leaf Green and stuff, or Yellow, were just like, oh, it's like the other versions, but just better.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. But Black and White 2, yeah, I guess you could say they're more like a direct sequel.
Cool.
So yeah, that's been my week.
Sounds
Been a
amazing.
lot. And of course, you know the baldering,
Yeah, of course the ball.
the baldering man. I got to Act 3 now.
Yeah, you told me that some shit happens, man. No.
Some shit happens. You're not ready for it.
I'm not ready for it. No, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's cool. It's cool.
I'm
it's
worried,
just,
man, because people can actually die. Like, so I'm invested in these characters, man. I want to see them. I want to see them live. Whatever. Stop! Don't stop giving me that look. Don't give me that look. Stop it. Let's move on. Let's move on before my imagination fucking turns against me.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine though. No, don't worry. Yeah. but with Act 3, I actually might take a little break because I've been hearing that there's actually a lot of excuse me, a lot of glitches with Act 3.
Oh.
Act 3 is very buggy and glitchy, and I've actually been getting a lot of frame rate drops in Act 3. So, yeah, I might take a little break and just wait for them because they're going to push out like a super patch, they said, pretty soon. Either at the end of this month or next month, I think. It's going to have like 1,000+ fixes. And I imagine most of them are going to be for Act 3.
Damn. Okay. Interesting.
So I might play a little bit of Act 3, but if I ever go back and play Baldur's Gate before the patch, it'll probably just be with new characters like my Warlock.
Yeah.
Which I'm having quite a bit of fun with because doing Eldritch Blast over and over again is pretty fun. Which it's a busted ass spell. It's a cantrip, but it's busted. It's absolutely busted. But enough of that. How about we get on to some news, man?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's dive in.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. I forgot to fix my Windows again. I always forget to fix my damn Windows. Where's my pinned message? There we go. Okay. So our first news story we got over here from, again, the land of the rising sun, as mentioned earlier, over in Japan. It appears as if Final Fantasy 16, at least by Square standards, is seemingly not doing so hot.
Indeed.
So there's been... God damn it, these windows are such a bitch. Hold on. I'm sorry. I should have done this. This should have been part of the prep work.
It's okay.
I spent 20 minutes just to forget to resize all my windows. No, don't do that. Okay. So yeah, as of a while back, so earlier in the month, Square Enix announced that they had a 79% profit drop from last quarter, which is absolutely massive.
That is,
and,
that's fucking huge. Holy crap.
Yeah, and as a result, they have declared that Final Fantasy 16 has done not as well as they would have liked. It's failed to, as they say, meet their higher end expectations. And as of right now, the game has sold 3 million copies, as far as we know, actually, only because it's a PS5 exclusive, right? Yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive. So on PS5 alone, it's only sold about 3 million. Now, normally that would be pretty good, right? Like, you'd think so.
Yeah.
But, Square being Square, they have these really unrealistic expectations. They have unrealistic expectations for sales. They seem to want to pull in like 10 million copies or whatever. What are your thoughts?
I don't know why they would set such high expectations, especially considering that there would have been a lot more people that would have bought the game if they didn't make it a PlayStation exclusive.
And you know what? That is a point that a lot of people brought up.
Yeah. I'm assuming a lot of people would have brought it up. Yeah, because and it's funny too, because I haven't played the game. I've seen gameplay of it, and I know the people that were behind it. The studio was the same studio that did Final Fantasy Online.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi P. Everyone loves that guy, but he can only do so much, and he literally made a game that was pretty accessible for just about everybody. From the hardcore gamer to the the gaming journalist type of person. but he made a really accessible game, and yet Square chose to not make it accessible to everybody. Because how many PS5s are there actually out there in use?
Great question, actually. Because good question. Right?
Good question.
So I actually have some tweets from some analysts here, and one of them is from a William R. Aguilar, and it's a pretty long tweet. But where is it? I'll just read the whole thing because it's not that long. It's important to note that Final Fantasy 15 sold in late November when there was a massive spike in PS4 sales. The same time frame, they were not yet officially recorded. FF15 launched after Black Friday 2016. It came out on November 29th, 2016. Black Friday was November 25th, 2016. So there were millions of PS4 sold 4 days prior to the release of Final Fantasy 16. There weren't officially recorded as sold until the Q3 reports that year. The real disparity in console sales was at least 10 plus million or more PS4s when FF15 launched compared to PS5s when FF16 launched, not including Xbox. In previous addendums, I was just giving people my replies, their devil's advocacy, by giving them the officially recorded sales of PS4s in 2016. However, if you want a more accurate estimation of the math, it would be like this. FF15 sold 5 million copies in the first week on Xbox and PS4. If you want to compare numbers, 80% of that 5 million were on PS4, so that would be 4 million. The actual amount of PS4s sold after Black Friday was 53 million. 4 out of 53, it equals 70.5% of the PS4 install base sold to. Now, we get to FF16. FF16 sold 3 billion install base of 39 million. So, as of right now that we know of, it's 39 million PS5s. And they sold 3 million of those to PS5 owners. Of those 3 million PS5 owners own a copy of FF16, either digitally or physically, because it does count both.
Yes.
So actually, if you compare the math, 3 out of 39 is 7.7%. So it's actually, if you consider the player base, it's doing slightly better actually than FF15 did. At least as far as Sony consoles goes.
Yeah.
So I mean, by all metrics, the game is doing well. But the thing is, I think Forspoken really fucked over Square. And you remember earlier this year when they were shutting down all those mobile live service games?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, right. I think they were really hoping FF16 would make up for that, but those were such a train wreck that that would be a tall order.
Yeah, of course.
And if you include the fact that it's a PS5 exclusive, also the game didn't sell as well as they would have liked in Japan. It actually sold really well out west, but there seems to be a sentiment among Japanese players that it's a little too far from traditional Final Fantasy games, and so a lot of them might not have been interested in it, but Westerners really liked it.
Well, maybe because it was made with I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it was made with a Western mindset, but it was like made to kind of appease the Western audience because it's such a like you said, it's a departure from typical Final Fantasy gameplay. But now it's like a lot more action.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it's a Devil May Cry game.
yeah, exactly. They essentially made it to
Yeah, it's
Devil May
Devil May Cry,
Fantasy.
and Japan they love their RPGs.
Yes, they do.
Like they love all the things that an RPG is and comes with, especially like more traditional ones like Dragon Quest. The country shuts down when the Dragon Quest comes out.
Yes.
Everyone gets off work. It's like a national holiday.
Which that still blows my mind. I can't believe that shit, man.
But unfortunately, it seems FF16,
I think
just doesn't appeal as much to Japanese players. In fact, I have another tweet here from an Alex Donaldson where he states Famitsu estimates that Japan FF16 sales are down 90% for week 2. One Japanese market analyst describes it as a very tough result and declares that it's because of leaving consumers behind is too far from past Final Fantasy.
Well, then there you go.
So it sounds like there's a lot of compounding factors here, and then also let's not forget that we had a freaking global pandemic that put hardware sales on halt for hardware production on halt for like a really long time. Like people couldn't get PS5s for the longest time.
Yeah, it's true.
And it took a while to finally meet that demand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could possibly be true, but man, a lot of people have been blaming the pandemic for a lot of stuff. At a certain point, it just gets, I don't know. Maybe that's just a personal thing. Like after a while, it's like, okay, like how often can you use the pandemic as an excuse before people are like, yeah, whatever. But it seems like the PS5 since its inception had always been made with a certain number in mind. Like even Sony said, like, hey, listen, we're only gonna have like a certain amount of PlayStation 5s, and then that's it, which always kind of baffled me. But maybe that was because of the pandemic, because now they're making, they're selling more. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I guess we'll see when Square makes their next game, and we'll see if it really.
Well, we have good thing for Square. We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth around the corner.
Yes,
it'll probably come out. I think sometime early 2024. They put that so. They may not have had too hot of a year this year, but 557, that's their golden goose. Anytime you want to make money, just something FF7 related, right?
Yeah.
And it helps that Remake was such an amazing game and so well loved that this next game, Rebirth, is gonna sell well just off goodwill alone.
It is going to sell well, and also that is on multiple platforms, so.
Which also very much helps as well.
That is absolutely going to help.
Yeah, so I mean, well, we'll see how things go from here. But I mean, I think it's a lot of just unrealistic expectations for because 3 billion copies is pretty damn good for one console. That's damn good.
Yeah, dude. I would think so, but of course, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make their stock prices cheaper, so they can buy them back for when Final Fantasy sells well. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, well, Square's gonna Square.
Yeah, Square's going to Square.
Yeah, and Square's gonna Square.
And you know who else is gonna do their own thing as well?
What? Who?
Square's gonna Square, and Blizzard's gonna Blizzard.
Blizzard's gonna Blizzard. Oh, okay. Well, it's actually not the order I had it in, but all right, we'll hope for that.
My bad, dude.
Yeah, you're going by the order we have on. Go by the pin order. That's the pin.
The pin order.
The pin is a true order.
Oh,
that's all right. Well, we're talking about companies now. Okay, so we'll just companies going their own, going their own way. Blizzard going the bad way, right? As Overwatch 2 becomes the worst user-reviewed game on Steam ever.
Ever. Period.
So recently, I think last week. No, I'm sorry, not last week. Yeah, the week before last week.
Yeah.
It was Attack the 10th because when Season 6 launched. Blizzard had the brilliant idea of launching it on Steam, and probably not thinking, hey, this user review score stuff might not be the best idea for us. And well, lo and behold, 3 weeks later, Overwatch 2 is currently sitting at a, what, 9%, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is sitting at
Overwhelming
9%.
overwhelming negative review.
Yep, overwhelmingly negative. It's sitting at 9% of 157,000 reviews. And, well, let me tell you, some of these... Where's that? Oh, I don't think it's here anymore, but that one review, that was like the people who make poor animations work harder than the people who make...
Yeah, dude, oh my god, I found the one good review that goes, I recommend the porn, not the game.
Oh, man. Oh, this is why we need OSB. This is why we need OSB so we can capture some of this stuff, because I'm seeing some gold here. Like, people are just making art.
Dude, abs.
TF2 Prawn is better than this game.
Yes.
Someone made dot art of the doctor.
Bro, there was one. I think it was one of the highest rated comments and the highest rated Steam review, and it was literally just a link to the TF2 store page on Steam.
Have someone here taking a shit?
Yes, dude. That's Oh my god, dude, look at this. Watching my teammates get absolutely effed makes me forget that I'm playing the game and I'm not watching the porn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking people, dude.
Oh, man. So the common sentiment is that people really have a really big problem with the monetization of the game.
A little bit of a problem.
Yeah, a little bit of a problem. Just a smidge bit, you know. $25 for one fucking skin for one character.
Yeah, and actually, I had read a report the other day that a lot of these comments are possibly from Chinese servers as well.
Yes, actually, I was going to mention that. So,
Yeah.
You actually have a lot of salty, Chinese Overwatch players that can't play the game anymore because Activision and all their brilliance back in like June, I think, had to cut ties with NetEase, and therefore they couldn't publish any of their games in China anymore.
Yep. So now they have an avenue to express their distaste, and essentially it's a culmination of all of their bad decisions coming together. Truly.
Yeah, right. Because this is a game that has been built on nothing less than lies.
Just straight lies. Straight lies.
The game has just been one big lie.
It really is.
Probably one of the biggest lies ever in gaming history.
Yep. And we will never let them forget it.
Nope. They will never let them forget it.
Yeah.
And they'll never let us get anything cheaper than $20. So.
You know what? Shit, I don't care. I've wised up.
Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of Season 6. I did the Underworld stuff. The Underworld mission is what it's called, the event mission.
Yeah.
I did a Legendary. I beat a Legendary. And it was kind of fun, but, it's disposable fun. It's because you do it to kill time, not to be engrossed. And it just makes it all the sadder that we couldn't get a full-fledged game. Because I could see the potential here. Like, playing tank in the PvE was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
But, I mean, right.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't want to give him. I'm not gonna pay $15 to play 3 fucking missions, PVE missions, story missions. I'm gonna finish in like 2 hours. So I didn't play any of that. So I have no idea how that is. I watched some videos with like flats and stuff, but I didn't experience it myself. And obviously, you just left like immediately after we played that first day.
Dude, I couldn't. I absolutely couldn't. I tried, but no, I can't. I don't want to yell anymore, man. I don't want to yell at the mic. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
But yeah. And you know what's funny? The game director responded to being review bombed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the PR man, so he's gonna have to just take all this shit for his boss's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
my God.
Well, what do we got here? He said, damn it.
No, I think that's exactly what
See, this is why I need the highlighter. This is why I need the Young Yeah highlighter. I got it in the extension.
Yeah. Well, I mean, essentially, he was saying that
Yeah.
it has not been fun.
Yeah, we also launched on Steam last week, and although being review bombed isn't a fun experience, well, Aaron being lied to for 2 years, for 4 years,
You don't.
and having content held hostage.
And also, what the fuck does he know about fun? The way he's been designing this game. Screw him.
Well, he's a director. He doesn't design it per se, but he is the boss.
He is
well, one of the bosses, and then those bosses above him are the one that went, oh, let's charge $25 for these skins and $15 for these PvE.
For story.
What, they hate us? Aaron, go tell them something, but don't throw shit at me. Don't care as long as it's not on me. Right? Give me some damn money.
Yes, so now let me get back to my yacht.
Smell that shit, and I'll smell this cash.
Oh my god.
Fuck Activision. All right.
Fuck Activision.
So yeah, I mean, I guess enough of that.
Yes. Yeah. Enough. Yeah. Enough.
Well, I mean, speaking of fuck big companies here, we got Nintendo. Well, we actually got 2 stories from Nintendo, but we got one that's a tidbit spicier.
Yes.
Here. So we have Nintendo apparently trying to patent mechanics from a game, like a whole ass mechanic.
Like, why?
Have you actually read this? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why. Nintendo...
It's the same reason why their legal department attacks the emulators. Because fuck you.
This is what keeps Nintendo in balance. They make great games, but then their legal department comes in and does all the evil shit for them. But, like, superbly evil. Like, remember that one guy that apparently he has to give Nintendo 30% of his salary for the rest of his life because he hacked a game? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, he was like selling it too, but he was like the middleman, and even then, damn, dude, that's
dude, 30%.
A little harsh, dude.
Yeah, dude, 30%. Like, imagine getting
for the rest of your life. Jesus Christ,
dude, that's a harsh ass punishment. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's bad. That's really fucking bad. But now they're going and saying, you know what? Why don't we just start making money right from the get-go with patents?
Yeah, and so we have first this article from Automaton, where it says Nintendo registers numerous new patents from Tears of the Kingdom, even for loading screens. Right, so
that one. How the fuck do you patent a loading screen or trademark a loading screen? I'm like, what's so special about? Well, I'm sure you'll explain it to me now.
Well, actually, the patents. I'm kind of dumb, right? So I'm not a smart person. I'm just a dumbass who has a post videos on YouTube with me talking, pretending to be smart, right? So I read this patent. I'm not even really sure what it means because it's all very broad, right?
Yeah.
So what the hell was it? This one, right? So in the period between July 10th and August 4th, Nintendo made public a total of 32 patents, 31 of which seem to be related to Tears of the Kingdom, including patents pertaining to more general mechanics and in-game abilities such as Ultra Hand and Fuse, as well as more specific patents related to the ability of certain side characters such as Riju's lightning attack. So they just... What? Okay, I may be dumb, but I can understand that. They want to patent attacks.
I'm confused.
Let's see. One patent that appears to be obvious as a functionality at first glance is related to the calculations performed while Link rides atop of vehicles. The solution is described as follows. The movement of movable dynamic objects placed in the virtual space is controlled by physics calculations, and the movement of the player character is controlled by user input. When the user player character and a dynamic object come in contact in the downward direction relative to the character, in other words, when the character is on top of an object, the movement of the dynamic object is added to the movement of the player's character. Put simply, the game judges when Link is making contact with a movable object beneath him, and if the object moves, Link will automatically move in the same way and speed as the object does without any input being made. Isn't that just a moving platform?
They're patenting physics calculations. They're patenting math.
Yes.
No.
To patent math.
That's not how that... No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this shit works. Oh my god.
Jesus. Right? I don't... I don't understand.
You know
What the
what?
hell?
I'm content being an idiot because I feel like if I actually figure out how it actually works, I would probably be upset. But
But I feel like it's so broad that like
yeah, dude,
this shouldn't hold water
in a in a patent
in a
court.
court,
Yeah,
in a patent
exactly.
court, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Like, what the fuck do
It sh-
you mean? Does that mean I can patent 2 + 2 now? Like, what the fuck?
If I
Oh,
put 2 + 2 in my game, can I patent that?
yes. Well, hey, now we know how to make the easy bucks, dude. This is patent math. Oh. Man, Nintendo usually does weird shit, but this is like beyond weird.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very questionable
Yes.
decision, and also harmful as well because, well, I mean, the idea of patenting mechanics is a very dangerous precedent to set,
Yeah.
and it's not something that actually has been unheard of in the industry. Do you remember the dialogue wheel in Mass Effect?
Yeah.
It's patented.
For real?
Yeah, no other game could do it.
Oh my god.
So
There's a
you can
Bioware
thank EA
patent?
for that.
Oh,
What?
EA. Oh, EA. Oh shit. I thought it was a Bioware thing. No, I guess it's
No. This is back when. This is when. Oh, well, this is when EA bought BioWare, right? This is around the Mass Effect 2 days. So they actually patented the dialogue wheel. So yippee for that, right? But weirdly, EA also patented the pake system in Apex, but then they just made it free for everybody.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh, it's patented. We own it, but you know what? You guys could use it. Like, okay, well then,
Then why'd you
why
patent
the fuck
it?
would you patent it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like it's so stupid.
And then, of course, one of the more popular examples was when Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system
Yes,
From-
from Lord of the Rings.
from Lord of the Rings, Shadows of Mordor. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember the sequel's called. I think the first one's called Shadow of Mordor, right?
Shadow of War, I believe, was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they patented during Shadow of War,
Yes, the Nemesis system.
which, wow, dick move. Okay, great. way to stifle creation, patenting, which is all what patenting mechanics does, right? Nintendo wants to cry about how emulation and modding and stuff like stifles creation, yet they do this shit. Like,
Yeah. Which it absolutely does, and we do not condone.
yes, we do not condone emulation, right?
Yes,
we do not
we be-
condone
we
piracy.
believe- Yes, we don't condone piracy because we believe these companies to maintain their creative vision and make their games that they want to make without stealing from them.
Yeah. So you know what, you person out there who wants to play Mario Galaxy but can't find a copy of it, you know what? Fuck you, sir. You should have bought it when it was in that limited edition bullshit that was like available for like 6 months. How dare you emulate that?
Yes, ever. Never ever do that. They'll come to your house and take 50% of your salary to make an example of you. And I hope they do
And then
that.
they will and then they will tar and feather you. Shigeru Miyamoto will do it himself.
Oh, you Nintendo. Why? But I guess we'll see how this plays out. But
We just have to really, really, really hope this all gets shut down somehow.
yes, dude.
I don't know if it's actually gone through. I'm not sure how the patent process works, but I really hope
Well,
this
I
doesn't
think.
hold water.
Well, I think once they file it, I think that's pretty much it until the courts review it and shit like that. But once a patent's been filed, it becomes publicly available, so you could actually see what it is that's being, patented.
Yeah, which
So,
is what happened with
yeah.
these articles. They got a hold of the
Yeah,
public documents and were able to go over what it is exactly they were patenting.
yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Okay, so you were asking about the loading screen, right? A rather unexpected
Oh,
mechanic
yes.
of Tears of the Kingdom has been patented by Nintendo. It's a very brief loading sequence that commences when using fast travel to instantly relocate to their place in the vast world. The patent proves... Sorry, so much gas. Okay, the patent is a solution to providing a game processing method capable of enriching game presentation during a waiting period. Okay, so they're like fancy loading screens.
Again, like if okay, if it would have been like, a more efficient loading screen to help your game load faster, like a certain code that you can use to make your game load quicker. But no, it's just, our loading screens are prettier. Let's patent it.
Well, this seems to be related to the fast travel system. You play Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it like when you fast travel? Like, what happens? Because I haven't
Well,
played it yet. I have my copy there, but I've never freaking touched it.
well, I mean, it's just a regular loading screen. I didn't notice anything different about it. Yeah, let me
Really?
look
Because
at.
it's here. Uh, the patent solution and consists of filling up the loading period that ensues after the user inputs their fast travel destination for a sequence in which the image of the starting point's map transitions into a map of the destination. After this sequence, the character is placed into a virtual space. Okay, so it just changes maps on the loading screen? That's so weird.
Let me see real quick. Let me look up loading screens real quick to see what the.
So like transitions from like one map to another?
Yeah, but that's so dumb. Let me see if I can find more
Very
details
strange.
on it. Do, 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 do. When fast traveling between areas, the game will show the player where they currently are on the map, and then will transition to the new location after the loading is complete. Oh, but yeah, that's not something that needs to be patented. That's dumb. I feel like that's all we've been saying every time we read more about it. It's just, this is stupid. This is dumb. Why would they do this?
I don't know. This is just very, very head scratching. Hold on. Now it's hot as fuck.
Yeah, man. Gotta get that AC blowing.
Alright. That off. Yeah, now I got a little steamy in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. But so unfortunately the sad Nintendo news doesn't stop there, because unfortunately, it seems to be the end of an era for us Mario fans, right?
Yeah, man.
Just recently, in August, as of August 21st, I believe, at least according to this article on IGN, Nintendo confirms Charles Martinet is not involved in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. In fact, he's not going to be voicing anything at all. So not only is he not going to be in Mario Wonder, he's also not voicing anything. Anything Nintendo related, at least.
Nothing Nintendo.
Although, again, in strange decisions that Nintendo has made, you see the tweet, like it looks like one of those tweets you see when it's like you're making an apology, or like when someone passes away and they have like an obituary there.
Dude, I really thought he died when I saw that, when you sent me that, or when we got it in our chat. I really thought that there was a death, and I was like,
no, right?
But then I read it, and I'm like, oh, fuck you! Why would you do that?
Not Mario.
Not the Mario.
Not the Mario. He's a marinating. He's a ragu. Throw it back to Robot Chicken if you know that skit.
Fucking Robot Chicken.
One of their best skits. One of their earliest.
Yes, dude. Oh, so good. But yeah, dude, we thought the guy died, with the way that they presented that message. But it turned out to be positive. But like,
it turned out to be not morbid.
Yes, it turned out to be
not
not
as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
Right. It's sad to see that he's not going to be voicing Mario anymore.
Yeah.
He's been the voice of Mario for 27 years. He's been the voice of Mario for an entire generation at this point.
Yes.
A lot of people who know and love Mario associate Charles Martinet's voice with it. So again, it's really sad to see him go. But apparently he's going to become what's called a Mario ambassador, which again, like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, we're just back at the patent store. It's like, okay, you're going to patent moving platforms and loading screens. And now we're like, oh, he's a Mario ambassador.
Yes.
Okay. What's a Mario ambassador?
Apparently, from what I read, he's just going to go around like voicing Mario like in person to people, spreading the Mario love. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it might be just be like their legal department just being like, okay, you're not Mario anymore, but you can still act like Mario outside, and we won't sue you to fucking death.
Still makes no.
Unlike we would anybody else.
Oh,
So you can go out there, live your life, do your little Mario impressions and shit. But don't worry, we're not gonna fuck you up.
continue to travel the world and share the joy of Mario interacting with you all.
Yeah, so he'll probably be like, he'll probably be like a Nintendo event and stuff. Like if they want, like, hey dude, can you come by? Help us promote this new Mario game and stuff. That's probably what it means. He's gonna be a PR guy at this point.
Exactly.
For exclusively Mario.
Yeah. Mario ambassador.
Mario ambassador. I always love that word ambassador. I remember when I worked for Freebie. I'm a driver, and they're like, no, you're a brand ambassador. Like, what the fuck's a brand ambassador? Bro, I just drive the car and just tell them, hey, this ride is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Enjoy the ride, and then it's fucking. No, you're a brand ambassador. It's just.
Yeah.
I don't understand job titles and these fucking self-imported nomenclatures they have, man.
Oh my god, this ride is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know why that popped in my head.
Sponsored by Raycons? Not 50% off.
Oh my god, 3 hours of battery life, man.
3 hours of battery life.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, but it's those companies just making up weird names to make you feel better about doing like a not so important job. You know?
Your mundane, trivial job.
Your mundane, trivial job is like, no, man.
You can call me a driver. It's okay. I'm not ashamed of it. Just
no, you're not. You're an operator. You're an operator.
And I operate by driving.
You command these machines that deliver people. You are more important than you think. It's like, listen, man, I drive, and you pay me. It's not a big deal. It's fine. You can call me a driver. But yeah. Well.
So, I mean, that's it for that, man. End of an era.
Yeah, end of an era. Now we're can't wait to play the next 3D Mario game with
Chris Pratt voicing Mario. It's just gonna be Chris Pratt. Next week it's gonna be Chris Pratt voicing Mario and everything.
Dude, he's probably in the fucking shadows like, yes. My opportunity comes very soon.
Why is he the Count?
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm a little delirious right now.
You're delirious, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing Chris Pratt's voice from Mario. But
it's just Chris Pratt with a slight Brooklyn accent.
Slight.
I wouldn't mind. Slight.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
They're not gonna get Chris Pratt for it.
No, obviously not, dude. Obviously.
Okay, let's just be sure of that, because he's just gonna be the those Illumination movies.
Yes.
All right. So next up, we have skipping Overwatch 2 because we discussed that, right? That fucking train wreck.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Honestly, I think it's good that we covered that when we did.
Yeah. And it was thematic. It was so it wasn't all bad. But so let's talk about an actual game though. We're talking about all these companies. So actually, this is a game that I was actually been interested in for quite some time. I don't know about you, but we have here Lords of the Fallen has been releasing previews and overviews of their game, kind of doing a little last minute promotion before it comes out this October. And for those of you that don't know, Lords of the Fallen is actually a reboot to the 2014 game Lords of the Fallen, not to be confused.
You know, I wanted to ask about that because I remember. I think I don't know if it was you or my dad that had played the demo. Where they had a Viking dude with tattoos right here on his side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that the game we're talking about?
Yeah, it's a game.
Okay. Because I didn't know if it was the same game, but yeah.
Yeah. So so Lords of the Fallen is Lords of the Fallen, not Lords of the Fallen, was a 2014 game. That was like one of the first Souls-like copycats that was out there, right? Before we had this wave and wave of tons of Soul-like games that we've gotten over the past decade, ever since Dark Souls came out and became the hit sensation that it is.
Yeah.
And with this one, it's a reboot actually with a whole new team and a whole new studio. It was actually the first one was under development from, I believe, CI Interactive, and CI Interactive would actually later go on to make The Surge, which was a sci-fi themed Souls-like game as well. And apparently those are good, but I haven't played them. But as far as Lords of the Fallen, 2014, not to be confused with Lords of the Fallen 2023. That game sucked. That game sucked absolute ass, right? Through a straw. It had a shit camera, boring art style. It felt like you were playing underwater the entire time. The hitboxes were broken. And it was just boring and janky.
God damn.
This, however, Lords of the Fallen 2023, not to be confused with Lords of the Fallen 2014, actually looks pretty cool. And it looks very much like a Souls-like game, not just in gameplay mechanics, but also in art style. I don't know if you've seen much of this.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks pretty. It looks pretty interesting. It's funny. Lords of the Fallen 2014. It gave me Viking vibes. This, I mean, I don't even know what to really say. Would you say Gothic? I mean, I'm probably
it's pretty Gothic. It actually has it reminds me a lot of Dark Souls 3 specifically.
Yeah.
It has a lot of that very similar. I mean, I know you haven't played any of the Souls games, but like Dark Souls 3 has
I've seen them.
A lot of that. Yeah, if you ever see them side by side, you can actually see that there's actually a lot of similarities in the art styles and how like monsters are designed, and they kind of have that grotesque look, and the world has like this post-apocalyptic appeal to it, just like all the Dark Souls games have like a post-apocalyptic look to them.
Yeah,
where everything is like going to shit, everything's terrible, everyone's either dead or crazy, right? And it looks like Lords of the Fallen 2023, right, is trying to hit those same notes.
Yeah,
and it's very unabashedly a Souls-like game, and in both body and spirit at this point.
Yes, indeed.
And have you actually looked at the gameplay stuff?
Yeah. I've looked at it, and it really is unabashedly, like you said, a Souls-like game. Even the way that they put the shield behind your back and then just focus on two-handing your sword. I was like, oh damn, bro, this is straight up I don't want to say a Souls ripoff, but definitely they're drawing heavy inspiration from it.
Yeah, and it's got like that cool art style, kind of like Dark Souls, because Dark Souls, they're not the most high fidelity games, but they always have a really striking art style. They always have really cool monster designs, really cool boss designs, and it looks like this game is really trying to do that. Like this first boss that I'm looking at right now, it's like a four-winged angel.
Yes.
And this is one of the first bosses in the game, apparently, from what I've seen in the previews. I'm like, holy shit, this is the first boss.
Damn, that's pretty.
This thing looks rad.
Yeah, that's usually the kind of like design you would say for like a final boss, or like second to last boss or something.
I'm sorry, what? You broke up there.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Am I good there?
What'd you say, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. No, I was saying like that's usually something that they save for the like for the last boss or the second to last boss. Some kind of winged angel that you fight before you overthrow God or something like that.
As you do in all Japanese games.
Exactly. But this is
Japanese RPG games.
actually is this Japanese?
This Lords of Fallen? No. This is being made by. I don't fucking know. I don't know where they're from, but it's being made by a studio that was opened by the publisher, specifically to make this game. Because originally, CI Interactive was making this game, and then they got kicked off. I guess for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe the publishers didn't like them or whatever. And then eventually, they started their own studio specifically just to make this game, and they hired like a bunch of people to develop it. And it's been developed since like 2020, I think. So quite some time now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, somewhere around there, like 2020, 2019. Because this game's been developed for like 7 years at this point, like 7-8 years. Technically speaking, like if you don't count them starting over with a new studio.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Also, I see them doing something weird with the lantern too. I don't.
Yeah. So actually, good thing you bring that up because the thing that helps set us apart from Souls game, you know, like because the Souls games, right? What are you doing? You're running up your shield up, you're running to a corner, you run to a guy, you block a few hits, you swing a few times, trying to drain your stamina. You dodge roll a couple of billion times so you can make sure to dodge those attacks.
Yeah.
Right? You got the dark atmosphere and the fucked up looking monsters and stuff. But in this game, they have a mechanic where there's actually two worlds. So there's actually a parallel world, the living world, which is called Axiom, and then the dead world, which is Umbral. And they're kind of parallel to each other. And you actually access one over. You can actually travel between both of them, and they have like separate paths. So it's kind of like Soul Reaver in PS1, where you can go between the astral world, and you can go between the material world. And if you go into the astral world, like all the properties of the world are different. Like water behaves differently. Sometimes doors you'll be able to go through them, or you won't be able to go through them. Right, and it's kind of like the same thing of this game.
Okay.
And that seems to be how they're trying to differentiate themselves, or at least as much as they are willing to.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, you like it? Would you be interested? I know you've been kind of skittish when it comes to trying these kind of games.
Well, I still have to finish Sekiro.
Yeah, so you're like you get to like a quarter way
behind.
through the game.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
dude, I think I almost beat Doom Eternal, and I think I'm just gonna have to restart that game too, because I stopped.
Nah, you're like on the second to last level. Just finish it.
Yeah, but I'm playing on the harder difficulty, so I have to like relearn the controls.
Oh, okay. You'll learn it in time. You don't have to start over. But yeah, this game, Lords of the Fallen, looking pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I would not mind watching you stream this.
Okay, well at least you'll experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it at launch, but because October's gonna be a very busy month.
Indeed.
I know that for sure. October's gonna be a very busy month. October has become what November used to be back in the day for some reason.
Way back then.
Yeah, so you remember like in November, like every year it was always November. It was just packed with everything. Like you're gonna get Call of Duty and a new Assassin's Creed game, and then whatever other big AAA games are coming out.
Yes. Oh man, what's this thing? At the end of the.
Yeah, I remember those days, right?
Oh, those were the good old days.
Yes, I know, the good old days. But it seems like everyone had the same idea, like, you know what? Maybe we don't have to compete with these people if we push it back a month. And then the other guy thought, hey, I don't have to compete with these guys. I push it back a month. And then they all fucking did it. Now October's the new November at this point.
October is the new November. Jeez. Oh, what's this monster here at the end of the trailer? Or the gameplay? I didn't get to this part. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the big fucked up monsters that has a hand in its mouth for some reason.
Bro, that's metal as fuck.
Right. Yeah, so you see how creepy that is? That actually reminds me, there's actually a very similar to a boss in Dark Souls 2. That's like it's like a frog. It's called the Demon of Song, I think it's called. And it's like a frog with like hands in its mouth. And like it like pulls open its own skin to like reveal like a human face underneath the frog skin.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah, that sounds really disgusting.
It's so nasty, but it's so cool at the same time. It's like, oh shit, I would have never thought of that. And so it seems like they're trying to do something very similar to that same idea. Except obviously it's not a frog. It looks like it's like some kind of giant beast man. Looks like the beast man from Elden Ring, which is another game you got to play.
Yeah, though.
Yeah, a lot of souls in to do.
I have a lot of souls.
Maybe one day when you're not Baldurian.
When I have no other games to play, and I finish Baldur's Gate, sure, it would be my absolute pleasure.
No, well, we'll see when that happens because 2023 is still freaking packed.
Yes, dude. And we still have other games to come out this, through this year.
And you know what? In the near future, we're gonna have possibly another really
Indeed.
cool game. So, on to our next story here. We have, and actually this is our final story, I believe. We have rumors of an Elder Scrolls 4 remake.
Woo!
So yeah, right. So, according to this Gamer Rant article, there's been a supposed leak by a former employee in the studio Virtuos, which, for those of you who don't know, Virtuos is an international studio that specializes in remakes. They're actually working on Metal Gear, I believe.
Yeah, the Delta.
Metal Gear 3 remake. Metal Gear Delta. And, well, apparently that's not the only thing they're working on, because as of this leak, they are supposedly working on an Elder Scrolls 4 remake, and it's going to be using the Unreal 5 engine.
Damn.
So yeah, it's gonna get quite the uplift, quite the facelift from Elder Scrolls 4 days. Because Elder Scrolls 4, as great as that game is, it hasn't aged very well, right?
It has not aged very well at all.
Neither in graphics nor in mechanics. Have you ever played an Elder Scrolls? Well, did you play Oblivion specifically?
No, I played Oblivion a little bit, but the one that I played a lot was Skyrim. And it's funny that because you had sent me the story, and I thought you were talking about the Sky Oblivion, the fan made remake of the game that they were.
Yeah. No, that's different. That's a mod.
Yeah.
That's a remake of Oblivion using Skyrim's engine.
Yes. But yeah, no. This was. I did not know about this remake. But it's interesting that that is Bethesda not making it. But sorry, back to what your question. I played Oblivion a little bit at my cousin's house when he first had his Xbox. And I think I played until I got out of the sewer, and then that was it. I never touched it again.
Okay, so you played through the prologue pretty much.
Yeah, I played through the prologue.
It was the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I played a lot of Oblivion. I beat the game. I did almost all the quests.
Nice.
I got over 150 hours in that game. Right.
Damn.
And well, I mean, needless to say, I'm very. If this is true, I'm very excited. I am down. Okay, it's not Elder Scrolls 6. Right? I want an Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. Come on. Stop fucking around, Todd.
Dude, Todd is. Hopefully,
Todd be tripping.
Todd hopefully is squashing all the bugs from Starfield. Hopefully, which is why they have not touched Elder Scrolls 6. When did they announce Elder Scrolls 6? They showed what?
For 4 years ago, I think.
They didn't even show gameplay.
I mean, we all knew that shit wasn't gonna come out anytime soon. We all knew that.
Yeah, we do that, but goddamn, the wait is hard. Cause I loved Skyrim a lot. I went really hard on that game, downloaded all the mods, everything, and it's just a good game. It was fun. So I am excited for the next Elder Scrolls, and this should be something nice to hold us over until then. And I'll probably most likely pick up Elder Scrolls 4 when it comes out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's soon, but not as soon as we'd like, because according to the leak, it's going to be sometime late next year or early 2025.
Yeah.
They're shooting for somewhere around that. So, bit of a wait, but it should still be cool. It'll still be here before Elder Scrolls 6. So
yeah.
we'll be doing some Elder Scrolling.
Elder Scroll.
When we're done Baldur'in and well, in your case, maybe you're done Elden Ringing. Get you to play that. Or Dark Souls.
One can dream, right?
Yeah, right. I got so much stuff that you got to play. Stuff that I got to play. I still got to play Trails, man.
Yeah, well, you may have your chance because I haven't been touching that game, so.
But you've been touching Baldur's Gate, so I can't play when you're on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
I
work the weekends, man. Just play.
Well, why would I play that when I can be Baldur'in?
Yeah, that is.
I'm not done. I'm not done too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I still haven't finished Octopath Traveler.
Dude, finish that game then. Because I know you.
I can't. Baldur's Gate is too good. you got me from the clean crack to the cocaine, man. I can't drop the cocaine and go back down to the clean crack. You know, it doesn't work that way.
Oh my god.
I went from the good shit to the best shit.
Now you just don't. You just want the best shit all the damn
Now I just want the best shit, exactly. And when I'm done with the best shit, maybe then I'll go back down to the good shit. Until then, da.
Well, hopefully they can release that patch soon so that you can enjoy Act 3 relatively bug-free.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, I mean, luckily they have the benefit of it being a remake.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, the Unreal Engine is much more stable than Bethesda's Create engine. So
yeah.
Hopefully, maybe, I really hope so. But well, I mean, man, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's it for our news for today.
Yeah,
for this week. So I mean, just to reiterate, everyone, we are going to record an episode covering Gamescom on Monday because James is going to be out on Wednesday and then he's going to work through the weekend. And Sunday, I'd rather just play Baldur's Gate with you.
Yeah,
to be honest. So we're gonna save it for Monday after Gamescom is over because Gamescom finishes this coming Sunday, and it'll be a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. But until then, man, you want to sign us out?
Yes, sure thing. Thank you everybody for joining us for our 11th episode. We appreciate the support. We really, really do. We love you guys very much. Please leave a like and subscribe if you found our content interesting. If you didn't find it interesting, if you find our voices grating, or if we're just, a little bit too dumb for your liking, then definitely send us to somebody else that you want to torture them with our voices with. And in the end, everyone wins. And don't forget, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Did I miss one? I'm always missing one.
No, it's Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple. That's it.
And Apple? Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good, dude.
All right, cool. Sweet. So, thank you very much again, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.
All right. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Peace.